Hey, what up though?
Detroit is out cold.
Take 313. We here now.
What up, though?
What up, though?
What up, man? Appreciate you guys, man, for checking in with us again. We back with another episode of What Up, Though Sports, man. Unc, how you feeling?
Feeling great, man. I just want to thank everybody for continuing to be a part of What Up, Though
Most
Sports and what we're growing.
Most def.
Thank you for continuing to tune in to Ready Set TV. And we're here to get it popping at What Up, Though Sports. What's happening, X?
Man, nothing much, man. I know we got a lot of stuff that we want to cover today. First thing that I wanted to make sure that we touch base real quick, man. I heard some crazy news with Tiger, man. Heard he got in a crash, messed his legs up. Glad it was like a non-fatal crash and non-fatal injuries, man. But definitely want to say prayers go out to Tiger. Hope he's doing good. Hope he has a speedy recovery, man, because that's never good to hear, man. Especially when it's Tiger Woods, man. We don't want to hear that coming at all.
I second that. Prayers are with he and his family. I heard about the open fractures in his leg, and even open fractures in his leg all the way down to his foot. So it's just tough thinking about him coming back. But first thing first is very important to focus on his health, and returning to his family. And sports is secondary.
Most def. Yeah, just real crazy. It's crazy that it happened. Like, I know today I've been seeing a bunch of stuff like on the internet as far as the anniversary of like Kobe's memorial and stuff like that. I've been seeing that the anniversary of that was today. Crazy for something like that to happen, you know what I'm saying, to Tiger, you know what I'm saying, another legend going through it on the same day as last year, which is crazy. So that's definitely just something that was wild to me. But big ups to Tiger, man. Shout out to Tiger.
Shout out to
hope
Tiger,
for a speedy recovery for the guy.
Get home soon, Tiger.
Most def. But yeah, man, I after we get past that, man, the big thing that I've been hearing aside from Tiger, obviously today, I need to know what you feeling, man. We know that D-Book didn't get on the list. We heard about Trey. We heard about Sabonis. What are you thinking? Like, is it a snub? Is you cool with it? What you think?
I really think it depends on what type of fan you are. Are you a fan of those three players over other players that did make the team?
Mm-hmm.
Again, like we spoke before on the last couple of episodes, the league is stacked with players right now. Everybody has stats. So there's going to always be guys that coulda, shoulda, woulda made a team, if not for the fact they didn't make this year's team. So I mean, again, tough. D-Book, of course, we feel like he got snubbed, but whose spot are you gonna take? Trae Young, same type of player D-Book is, a scorer, high volume scorer, 25-point a game type scorer, 26, 27-point game kind of scorer. There were some players that didn't average that much, but their teams are doing better, or their stats were a bit better. So Sabonis, one of the best big men in the game right now.
Shout out to Sabonis.
Doesn't get a lot of love, but he puts up numbers, and Indiana is in a poor team. So there's different ways to look at it, but I guess it depends on who you are a fan of.
No, I feel it. I feel you. You know what I mean? I don't want to go into depth on it too much because we talked a bunch about All-Star the last couple of episodes. But I would somewhat agree, actually. I definitely think Devin Booker should be in the game. Obviously, he's taken Anthony Davis's place since Anthony Davis is not playing. I feel like he is getting a little bit overlooked. Chris Paul, you know what I mean? I'm not mad that Chris Paul made it. He's definitely making an impact. It's tough always when you have to figure out who should get in there, but I feel like there has to be a way for a guy like Devin Booker to make it. I'm not mad that Trae Young and Sabonis didn't make it. I wish Sabonis would have got in there. I'm not super mad about Trae. It's just so many guys, you know what I mean, that are good. You know what I mean? So I don't want to get into it too deep, but I definitely just feel like those guys, I'm not super mad about Trey and Sabonis, but I think should get a chance to be in there though.
Okay.
Definitely.
So I totally agree with you. But I do want to ask, the All-Star selections,
Yeah.
are there any that you disagree with?
I won't say that I disagree with any of them because it's so tough. Everybody has a valid argument. I'm looking down because I'm just looking. I got the list in front of me, and it's just so tough. Like going down the list for both sides of the roster, I have a legit argument for why every single player on there should be an all-star. What up, though, y'all? It's your guy, X Knows Best. And check it out, man. If you don't think I know best, let me know in the comments. Talk to us. You've seen I just stumped Unk. If you think you can do the same, let us know. Also, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe if you already haven't. Another way to support, you can check us out. Go to www.patreon.com/ReadySetTV. What we asking for is simple. We're trying to get the show going. We want to make it bigger and better for us and for you. So tap in with us there. Show some support. It's very easy. So like I said, y'all, it's a few different ways to show some support to us. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share it with your peoples. It's X Knows Best, man. Make sure you shout us out. And also, www.patreon.com/ReadySetTV. What up, though? I know Vucevic, I saw an interview with him earlier. He said something along the lines of, you know what I mean? I know it's a lot of snubs, but there's so many great players on this list. So is it technically a snub if it's another great player that's in the place of another great player that just didn't happen to make it? You know what I mean? So
exactly.
I'm not so into the removal of anybody on the list because everybody has a legit reason for why they should be an all-star. So no, I don't think I would take anybody off per se. What about you?
I think that it's definitely a hard job choosing who's going to be on it and who's not during a season that has so many high scoring performers all fighting to get a spot on the all-star teams. So
Thanks.
Hey, I can't fight it. I'll have to roll with it and want to enjoy a good all-star game.
I got a follow-up question to that actually. I heard earlier a bunch of people saying like because of the way the league is going, there's a bunch more talent in the league, you know what I mean? Do you think they should expand the roster to 13, 14, or 15 dudes like a regular season roster? I've been seeing a lot about that.
I think it'd be cool to do that just to evolve as a league.
Mm-hmm.
And I think with that being said, yeah, why not add a couple of players? A couple guys play a little less. You don't got to worry about guys playing 25, 30 minutes. So everybody's still fresh, going back to their teams without getting injured. And
I feel you.
See your favorite players versus each other. I
feel you. I think I like what you said about, making it so that it could be more accessible as far as, or I should say, I hear what you're saying as far as it being more accessible for more stars to get in. I think I like it at 12 though. You know what I mean? I think it's supposed to be somebody that got snubbed. You know what I mean? Like Zach LaVine, you know what I mean? Or Bradley Beal, or anybody that gets snubbed like that, that's an extra chip on that shoulder. And then they come out and the next year they dominate, you know what I mean? Or they come out in the games following that and they dominate. I think it's not a bad thing to give players that extra ammunition. I don't think we should be making it easier to just, slap dudes in an all-star game just because it's a stiff competition this year and in years past. You know what I mean? Like, I think I like how it is just to I don't think there's nothing wrong with adding a little fuel to that fire for our league's best players to let them go. You know what I'm saying? And make them prove themselves and say, you know what, I am an all-star. And people have been doing it. You know what I mean? So I'm not mad at it.
I can see that. And just real quick to end it out, I'll say, when I think of possible change, I'm not actually even thinking about the players pushing themselves or it being about the players. I'm more thinking about the fans. The fans being able to see them last couple of players that they think should have made it. That's my favorite player, and his numbers are just like that guy's numbers. But that guy has more light more commercials, more endorsements than my guy. You know what I'm saying? So really, it's wrapped around the fans of the NBA.
I feel you. No, I feel that. Go ahead. No, go ahead.
No, I'm just wondering. I know we're right in the midst of talking about the All-Star game, and these guys, once the All-Star weekend's over, they're going to be right back on the mission of trying to win a championship.
Of course.
Sometimes in order to get a championship, you got to get in the right pieces. Not necessarily 25, 30-point scores, because those type of guys really are changing ends, changing teams during this time. But you can get a solid player that can be a solid part of a championship team. So with that being said, we saw that Boogie Cousins was waived this week.
I did.
Boogie Cousins isn't the same 25-point, 15 rebound guy again that he used to be, 25 or 10 guy. It's just, I don't think that guy's coming back. But at the same time, he's still gonna be a productive piece. Tell me where you think Boogie will be best going.
I wouldn't mind seeing Boogie coming in and being another backup big over there in Brooklyn. I wouldn't mind seeing Boogie going and being another reserve somewhere. I want to see him in the Eastern Conference, either over there in Brooklyn with those guys. They could use obviously size at the big man position. He can space the floor enough to where he's not gonna clog the lane for Harden, KD, Kyrie to get in there. And honestly, they don't need a bunch of minutes out of him. They just need some rotation minutes. You know what I'm saying? He's a serviceable big. They can still use Jeff Green for some small ball lineups. And obviously they have DeAndre Jordan. You know what I'm saying? They've got a couple of guys that they're putting in there. So I wouldn't mind seeing him in Brooklyn. Man, what you think?
You know what? I didn't even think of Brooklyn. But yeah, man, Brooklyn would be super stacked with Boogie.
That'd be hard.
And they wouldn't necessarily need him to do anything more than he's been given this year, which was he's been averaging 9.6 points, 7.6 rebounds. Like you said, serviceable. Another big. But I actually was thinking the Lakers. And I'll tell you why. Although we know the Lakers need a rim protector, there's not many out there. There's not many out there. So what else can you get if you don't have a rim protector? You can have just a protector, team protector, tough guy. Sometimes being that tough guy does the same thing that a couple of block shots would do. A couple of elbows would do the same thing a couple of block shots would do, you know? And he still can give you that extra 10, 15 on a 17 on a good night. And that's all they're going to need. And you can play him, Boogie, and Anthony Davis together. So it would just make them a little bigger, bring a little different feel than when Marcus Gasol's on the floor. And still a very proven passer of the ball from the big man.
Yeah, his passing is good.
Spread the floor for a big man. And he's still serviceable with being able to drop it down to him in the paint.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
I don't see
with muscle players.
I just don't see where they rotate those lineups because they still have Harrell. They still have Gasol. They still have Ant Davis. I've been seeing people talk about the Lakers too. I just think I like his fit. I think he would be used a little bit more in Brooklyn. I think he would be maybe even fit a little bit better in Brooklyn because they lack what he brings. You know what I mean? So I feel like Brooklyn may be the spot for him. You know that boy Boogie has been on the ring chase for a minute now. You know what I mean? He got that one with Golden State. We ain't gonna count that. He's been on the ring chase for a minute now, so hopefully he can get somewhere that's gonna be a contender. Because we all love to see Boogie, man. Shout out to him. But one thing I wanted to bring up, man. I know we talked about Boogie chasing that ring, and I came across something earlier today, and I had to make sure to ask you today when we recorded. Let me hear some of your favorite guys, legends, guys that you think are icons that do not have a ring. Who are some of your favorites, guys that fit that description?
Man, I've been watching the NBA a long time, X.
I already know.
There's a lot of players that I respect. They're respectful players, man. That were beasts, that were dogs, that I wish had rings, man. But if I'm thinking of the 40 plus years I've been watching the NBA, all the players I've seen come in from the college ranks, the high school ranks, into the NBA and retire. And then their kids or their nephews now playing in the NBA. Just been watching it for so long, man. Three guys come to mind that I respect their games, and I wish it was capped off. Their career was capped off with an NBA championship. And one of my guys still has the opportunity. I'll save him for last.
Oh, geez.
I'm pretty
Okay,
sure you know who he is. You know my guy. But the first two I'm going to say is Charles Barkley. Charles Barkley. Barkley's one of the best players to ever do it. Played like he was 6'10", was really 6'4", 6'4 and a half. Couldn't be stopped. Grew his game. Was just a rebounder, tough guy on the break. Would dunk on you with two hands when he first got to the league. Round mound to rebound. Ended up becoming a better ball handler as he got smaller, as he got his health together and got in shape. Ball handler. Later on in his career, even became a three-point shooter, playmaker. On top of still being the round mound to rebound. Tough guy. So Barkley, man, I saw him make a Philly franchise be relevant again. I saw him go to Phoenix and make a Phoenix franchise relevant again. And even though he didn't get what he wanted in Houston, it was still great to watch him keep Houston a top team in the league that you talked about when him and Elijah played together. So that's my first guy. My second guy I respect just as much, big man, Patrick Ewing. Patrick Ewing was just, before Shaq got in the league, Patrick Ewing was definitely one of the top three centers in the league. He, David Robinson, and guys like that, Hakeem Olajuwon. But Patrick Ewing was a hell of a defensive player. Hell of a defensive player. And will give you 24, 25 points a game. But when you think about Ewing and the negativity you hear, you go back to that layup he missed.
I was just about to say, until he missed that layup,
everybody
in the finals.
That layup he missed. And then him also being hurt during the finals and not being able to help New York against Houston when they really needed him. But before Shaq got in the league, because when Shaq got in the league, Shaq used to abuse Ewing. He used to abuse me. He showed him love.
Abused everybody.
But he abused Ewing, though, brother. I used to be like, whoa. You know what I'm saying? At least Olajuwon went back at him a little bit. Ewing was like 10 points less dang near when he played Shaq, But again, you got that young boy coming in, strong, fast, and determined. So, but that takes nothing away from Ewing's legacy in New York, man. He kept New York relevant, for sure. And lastly, I'm going to say Carmelo Anthony.
I knew that was coming.
Carmelo Anthony. He's going to be in probably top 7, possibly top 5 when he leaves. Depends on when he leaves.
Fourth?
Yeah. Yeah. Depends on when he leaves, and how productive he continues to be offensively.
Right.
But Melo from Denver to New York, now to Portland, a couple of destinations in between. Melo has continued to be an offensive scorer. And he's gotten older. He's gotten away from just thinking about just scoring. And that's going to happen, man, because, your legs aren't as strong as they were once. You might not have that energy or that hop that you had anymore. So you start learning to do what vets do. And Melo has been doing that for a couple of years now. I know, like you said, a couple episodes back, a lot of people kind of got down on Melo because he didn't necessarily want to come off the bench. But it's hard for a guy that has been a leading scorer in this NBA and one of the top scorers the NBA has ever seen. It's hard for him to understand that he's not that guy anymore. So he's adapted, changed his game up just a bit, playing a little more defense, a little more looking to pass the ball, waiting on that guy to come around that screen instead of shooting the J as he comes around the screen, and being one of those guys you could dump the ball to in the post. In times of need, Melo still brings that to a team. Melo is definitely, like I said, one of my faves. Definitely look forward to seeing him possibly get a chance to win a ring. And I think those are the three that I think of the most. X Knows Best is taking a break real quick. While he's on that break, I just want to let everybody know we appreciate you checking us out at What Up Though Sports. And if you want to feel like you want to donate to What Up Though Sports so we can make this a bigger, grander show, please feel free to hit up patreon.com. That's patreon.com/ReadySetTV. Hit us up. Help us out. Let's grow What Up Though Sports so we can be here for you today and tomorrow. I also want to make sure I let you guys know so you got any questions or any topics that you want us to talk about in sports, make sure you comment below. Comment below, let us know. Also, make sure you share and subscribe to our channel. What Up Though Sports, we appreciate you.
I feel you. I'm not mad at that list. I'm not so sold on Patrick Ewing. I'm not a huge Patrick Ewing fan. After he smoked the layup, I'm like, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? It's cool though. It's cool. So I got a couple guys that come to mind for me. Some of my favorite all-time players. My second all-time favorite player never won a championship, and I hate to see it. Tracy McGrady.
Okay.
I wish we could have seen Tracy McGrady play on the big stage, play on a loaded roster, and you know what I mean, while he was healthy, and like get a chance to really explode, because he was a talent that the league hasn't seen another Tracy McGrady. You know what I mean? A guy that literally was doing everything. Like, rest in peace, Kobe. We heard him talk about how T-Mac was his hardest guard until he saw Kevin Durant. T-Mac was the toughest thing that he saw coming. You know what I mean? So shout out to T-Mac. That's my second all-time favorite player. Like, I wish I would have got a chance to see him play on a big stage. Second, I was always a fan as a kid, and I don't know if I got this from my pops because like he's a huge Chris Webber fan. I was always a fan of those Kings teams.
Yeah.
Like, they used to go at it with the Lakers, and like I was always a little bitter towards the Lakers because I really wanted, like, until the Pistons beat them, that's when I wasn't mad at them no more.
Right.
You know what I mean? But I really wanted to see Sacramento pop them boys one good time and see Chris Webber get that championship, because he was a real monster. You know what I mean? Like,
yes,
he's kind of slept on, to be honest. Like, he was a real monster.
Not in my circles, man. Not in my circles.
No, you know what I'm saying? We know, we watch the game. We know the game. We know the monsters.
No doubt.
You know what I'm saying? And that was one of them. So Chris Webber, along with that Sacramento team, I wish I could have saw them guys get a championship. And last but not least, another one of my guys, you know what I'm saying, Allen Iverson.
There you go. I knew it was next, no doubt.
That's my guy. Like, I always have, you know, board number 3. Like, that's one of my favorite players. You know what I mean? And I wish he would have been on more solid and full teams when he was in his prime, instead of it being kind of a Iverson and the rest. You know what I mean?
Right.
But yeah, that got to be my 3. I also would love to see Dame Lillard win a ring for somebody that's playing to this day. I would love to see Dame Lillard bring back I'm going to stay right here and do my thing and build around me and get that title. Like, I would love to see that come back to the league, because that's totally gone right now. You know what I mean?
I totally agree.
But yeah, man, I feel like I want to end this segment kind of with this little thing, but I feel like there's just a lot of people in the NBA community, fans, highlight fans, like, that don't give the players that don't have championships any love, any respect as far as being legends. You know what I mean? All those guys we just talked about are absolute monsters, you know what I mean, and dominant players. So I think they need some more respect on their name, and regardless of the ring or not, because it's about the team at the end of the day to get a championship.
True indeed. True indeed.
Most
Good answers, X. I knew A1 would be your number 1 as well. I knew that.
I had to.
Just real quick, we actually got a guest coming in, a very special guest coming in.
Yes, we do.
To be a part of What Up Though Sports this evening. Calvin Marshall.
Oh, yes. Shout out to our guy, Calvin. This guy he's actually pretty special, man. He's a 6'6" wing out of Detroit Edison Academy. He's the class of 2022. He's in his junior year right now, man. He actually just got moved up to being ranked number 25 in his class, man, and he's on the rise. So shout out to Calvin, man. I'm looking forward to this combo we got coming up with him.
Shout out, Calvin.
What up, though?
What up, though?
What up?
What up, man? Hey, look, I know you guys see that we have a special guest with us today, man. I want to get right into introducing my guy right here, my main man's Calvin Marshall, tapping in with us. Before we even get into it, man, let's hear a little bit about, man. Calvin, what's up? Tell us a little bit about yourself.
All right, so my name is Calvin Marshall. I'm 6'6". I go to Detroit Edison Public Schools Academy. I start at shooting guard, over number 3. I'm like a little shooter / rebounder for the team. I get the crunch time, give me the ball. Gotta do what I gotta do, get a bucket.
Yeah. No, I feel that, man.
I hear you, Cal. Hey, Calvin, man, it's actually been a pleasure coaching you over the years, brother. I just want to know, tell me one of your earliest basketball memories.
My earliest memory was when I was like, I think 6 or 7. I was playing for the Legends.
Okay.
I had number 6. We played Boys and Girls Club, I think.
Okay.
I went to the basket. I think I traveled, and Coach Seville, my mom started yelling at me and told me to take the extra dribble. That's probably one of my funniest, best memories. Yeah, that's when I first introduced the game of basketball to me.
Shout out to Coach Seville, man. Hey, look, so I know you definitely got a little bit more height on you, man, since the last time I done played with you. Some new skills. We've been seeing the tape, seeing the footage. We've seen you been killing. Tell me, what player do you try to model yourself and your game after as far as your attack out there on the court?
Me, I try to get the John Morant and Kevin Durant style. Like, I want to go to the hole, so furious everybody move out the way when I dunk it. I want to shoot the ball with high arcing blood. So
you said a John Morant, Kevin Durant combination?
Yeah.
Man, I've never heard of a such thing. Wow.
That's tough. That's very tough.
Kevin Durant and Josh? Okay.
That's very tough.
That comes with actually really putting in a lot of time, practice time, and honing in on your craft. So tell me what it's been like practicing and games, Cal, wearing masks.
It's really tough for real. Cause we gotta breathe, you gotta put the mask down, and the rest of your butt, gotta put it up. But our practices be really nice though. We work hard together, play together. I love the brotherhood we have as a team.
Beautiful thing about basketball, ain't it?
Mm-hmm.
Most definitely. So I hear you talking about practice. You know what I'm saying? The team is coming together. The squad is looking good. What is your individual outside of practice? What is your workouts? What are those looking like? What are you doing to perfect that game and take it to the next level? What are you doing outside of just the stuff in practice? Tell us about that.
Well, on the weekdays, I got like a 4 a.m. workout in the weight room. I just then go to school. After that, then I go to practice. But on some of the days, I probably go to the gym, get some shots up, stuff like that.
I got you, man. You got to keep that touch right. Definitely.
Yes, sir.
Got to keep that touch right, man. So tell me, Calvin, you got a couple more years left, a couple more years of growth to high school. What college do you want to attend?
I want to attend Kentucky University.
I
want to be a Wildcat.
Wildcat.
Gotcha. So definitely talking about going to Kentucky, talking about going to Lexington, those grades need to be where they need to be. So where are yours?
Oh, mine's up there. I got 3.0.
That's what I'm talking about, Kyle. Good job.
Not bad. So what's the biggest thing that you would say? You know what I'm saying? Obviously, you're somebody that both me and Unc have saw. We've watched grow. You know what I'm saying, into the high school stud that you are now. I want to hear from you. What's a little bit of advice that you would give to somebody that's younger than you, somebody that's maybe the age that you were when I met you? You know what I mean? Somebody that's a young cat that's coming up, that's looking up to players like you, that's killing right now. What type of advice would you give to them as far as how to get where they need to be as far as the basketball court, but also in school in general? What would you tell them?
I say just give it a all to schoolwork, no matter what. And on the court, have fun with it, man. Make sure your time lasts. Have fun with your guys, with your friends, play the game with. Because they're going to always be there for you, always have your back, no matter what.
I like that. I like that,
Calvin. I like that.
Yeah, definitely.
That's Calvin growing up with the game. I see you, Calvin. Hey, man, so tell me, Calvin, real quick. Tell me, what does the game of basketball mean to you?
Well, when my pops, the game of basketball means a lot to me. It means the world. Like that's the only thing me and mom probably connected on through the whole time. She came to every game, supported me no matter what, no matter win, loss, a tiebreaker, nothing. That she always there.
All right.
And loud too, letting you know she there.
Okay.
And loud presence is always felt.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's one thing we know is that you definitely gonna be there with your family and with us, your basketball legend family as well, man. I'm very proud of you, young man. Very proud of you, Calvin.
Hey, listen, Calvin, we definitely appreciate you coming in, man, and chopping it up with us on What Up, Doe. I got one final question, man, that I need to ask you. This is the most serious question all day. You know what I'm saying? You getting to that age now. You know what I'm saying? It's your time and you've been killing. At what age do you think you will finally be able to beat me in one-on-one? What you think?
Oh shit. 16.
16?
Yeah.
Now let's not be disrespectful now. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? I would have taken 21. I would have taken, you know what I'm saying, 25. You know what I'm saying? Are you sure that that's the answer that you want to submit? Final answer.
16.
Okay. Hey, from one legend to another legend. Calvin, we want to go ahead and introduce your highlights, man. Very
Definitely.
proud of you, young man. Here are the Calvin highlights.
Let's
Calvin
see it, man.
Marshall.
Let's see it. My guy Calvin, yo, shout out to you because those highlights, man, are looking very tough. I'm not gonna lie, they are looking very tough. The jumper is looking very clean. You definitely get into the rack and looking very strong. So I gotta give it to you, man. Those highlights are looking tough. We definitely want everybody to be on the lookout for our guy, man, Calvin Marshall. Unc, man, what you thinking?
Hey, they better understand Calvin Marshall, the legend, baby. You know what
Come
I'm
from
saying?
that
Hey,
legend
man,
club.
I'm loving the follow through, Cal. I'm loving the follow through, man.
Thank you.
Hey, again, man, Calvin, we appreciate you coming and chopping it up with us, man. We really do appreciate it, man. We're proud of you, man. I am a bit disappointed in that answer that you think you can beat me in one-on-one, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Again, man, appreciate everybody for tapping in with us at What Up, Doe. And again, man, my boy Calvin, appreciate you for tapping in with us, bro.
Great job, Calvin. I want to thank you guys for continuing to rock with What Up, Doe Sports and Ready Set TV. We appreciate you.
Most definitely, man. Appreciate the love. Check in with us on the socials. Like, comment, subscribe. And don't forget, man, What Up, Doe Sports, man. We here to stay.
We here to stay. What up, Doe?
What up, Doe?